I am one with my glorious I Am presence, the blissful observer, and my holy Christ self, my personalities, body elemental, and new spirit, all parts of my being are in balance, harmony, and alignment. I am fully contained within my heart diamond and Metatron's cosmic egg. I am now ready to receive today's message. Greetings, beloveds. Christmas has asked that I speak to you about how to play with these energies when you are out in the world. It was a suggestion that I made to her and her husband during our daily meditations, and she thought it was such a wonderful idea that she wanted to share it with all of you. And so my suggestion to them was that when they are out in the world, that instead of engaging in all of their thoughts about what they're doing or what they want to buy or thinking about the past or the future, that instead they visualize any of the various flames around the people that they contact. Now, this is something that you can do, beloveds, without asking permission from anyone. It simply involves visualizing any of the flames around the person's aura and in their energy field, or in a particular room or space that you happen to be in. For example, you can visualize the violet flame around people, or the resurrection flame, or love, and then watch and see how the people react. This can give you a great indication of the powerfulness of these various flames, because sometimes you don't really see it or feel it in your own lives. But when you can be out in the world among people that you don't know at all and see how any of these flames can have an instantaneous and very positive effect upon them, you will be doing several things. You will be blessing them. You will be blessing yourself. And you will be gaining in knowledge and in confidence about using these various flames. Some of you might want to coordinate your use of a particular flame according to the days where that particular flame is emphasized. And as we have already done a video talking about how different people ascribe different flames to different days, all I would say is that whatever system you use, stick with it. And if you choose to use no system at all, then simply connect to your own inner divine self and see what flame it wants you to use on any given day or with any given person. You might even be guided to visualize on the flame that that particular person needs most at the time that you meet them. What a glorious and wonderful and playful way to be of service in the world, beloveds. This service is something that you are all moving into, or may be completely involved with already. For service is the path of ascension and enlightenment. No one attains enlightenment without having made themselves of service to the world and to humanity. It is simply a required step. So the sooner you begin it, the easier it will be to do it in alignment with your divine self. Now, there are some among you who think that being of service, teaching, healing, or whatever it is that you do, means that you don't have to continue with your own inner work. And this is not true, beloveds. Service can never replace the inner work. It should always be an extension of it, so that the more inner work you do, the more you are able to be of service, and to be of service in a more divine fashion. For if your service work comes from your ego mind, then only your ego mind will reap whatever rewards it thinks it is due. The divine mind does service work without any thought of rewards. It does it by the pure expression of its inner being. This does not mean you cannot be compensated for what you do, especially if your livelihood depends on this service work, as many light workers are now doing. But it means it must be given without thought of reward. And if you are doing your service work only when a reward or compensation can be given, then that is not true service work either. A person acting from the quality of true service knows that there will always be those who cannot compensate you in any way whatsoever for your work, and they should not be turned away. For if you do that, you are setting up a karmic relationship with that person. And that karma will have to be paid at some time and in some way. Christ never refused anyone. And he was so perfect in his love and in his service work that God made sure that all of his material needs were met. And there is a point where you will all be able to be of service in that way, as the Christ was. He came on earth, not so much to take away your sins, but to show you the proper way of living. I do not wish to tread on anyone's beliefs when I say this, but it is true that Christ came to show you how to live. He did not come to show you how to die. And he did not die in your place. For if that were true, every Christian would no longer have to die. And we all know that that is not happening. But I do want you to learn to live as he lived, to love as he loved, to love and to be as all the great ascended masters have realized in the course of their own lives. They were all born into ignorance, just as all of you were. And through lifetime after lifetime, they gained in wisdom until they had so perfected the wisdom that they allowed divine love to flow through them at all times. And this is what every one of you must also learn to do. So with this, I wish you a most gracious, beloved, and holy Easter. And I send to each and every one of you the resurrection rays of immortal perfection and illumined love of the cosmic Christ. May you receive them fully into your being, and may you be blessed with eternal joy. I am Metatron.